Hi you guys, Latoya here. Welcome to my crafty space. On today's episode of What Kind of Valentine's Day Card Am I Going to Make Next? So cheesy. Sorry. Anyhow, don't forget, if you have not entered my giveaway, enter if you'd like to. I'm giving away a box of goodies. There's new items, some used items, and you're also going to get $25 worth of product from Stampin' Up. You're just going to go on their website, tell me what you want, and I'll send it to you. Okay, so I am on a kick. I am trying to get 14 Valentine's Day cards done, and by 14 I mean each card is going to be different. I am not using any brand in particular, but so far my cards have been Stampin' Up. So what I like to do is 2 times a month I like to make cards with all current product from Stampin' Up, just to show how, you know, versatile things are. I challenge myself, but I'm not really big into like rules and stipulations and all that jazz, which is why my channel is like, hey, I'll let you guys know I love this, but I also play with this. So for today, speaking of Stampin' Up, I actually want to make a card with this set here. I don't immediately see this set and think of Valentine's Day, but I wanted to challenge myself. So the easiest thing for me to do is to do a one-sheet wonder and then just go from there. So I am going to take this cup here and get a piece of cardstock. This is my cardstock area. All right, so I have out my Stamparatus from my last project, but I'm actually going to swap that to my Misty. And honestly, I like my Misty because of the color. I like how it pops. I just don't want everything like blending into my background here, and I literally love my Stamparatus, but I wish it came in like vivid colors. So because I'm doing a one-sheet wonder and I don't need my Stamparatus for the function of being able to move paper outside of my device, for lack of better words at the moment, I'm going to use my Misty because it's going to serve the same purpose. I just like things to look pretty, you guys. All right, so we are going to do a one-sheet wonder, which is the easiest peasiest thing you can do. I, as you saw, like to have my cardstock already cut off to the side. Everything is the same size. If you don't know, I make A2 size cards. That is solely what I do because that's what I like. That is literally the only reason. All right, so this is a paper pumpkin block that I'm going to use. And I'm just going to take some black ink. I use Unicate ink. It just works for me. You can use whatever Stampin' Up has if that's what you would like. And all I'm doing is inking up my stamp, and I'm just going to stamp about my cardstock. All right, you know what? See, I want to do this color. I absolutely love this coffee pot. It is the cutest thing ever. This pot and cup, or this hot cocoa, and or you can call this hot cocoa, you know, whatever floats your boat. So that literally took seconds, and we have a one-sheet wonder, or a one-piece wonder. Decorated with the coffee cups or hot chocolate cups. I haven't figured out which I'd like to describe this as, and placing it like this will make me happy. Trying to think. I thought this part was fine, but I think I want to add like a little something right there, which is a little irritating because I just cleaned everything off. So, but that's okay. I'm only going to ink up this piece here. And I'm going to put that there. Perfect. Okay, that looks good because now it's kind of like, you know, filled in. It was just like a little bare. So this stamped closer than I wanted it to, which means I'm going to have to cut my paper a little more than I want it to, but that's okay. so let's see. Just being honest, I'm not about to restamp all of this because I might be able to salvage this by just having to cut that much cardstock off. So for future reference, just pay attention to, I mean, I thought I was doing fine, but I thought I was doing fine with the stamping portion until I added that small bit and ruined everything. But it's okay. All right, so it's Valentine's Day. What do I want this card to say? And what do I want it to look like? You know what? Let's go with pink. I don't think I've played with pink yet. Let me take out my card swatch stack. So, you know what? We're just going to go with Blushing Bride because when I look at it, I immediately like fall in love. I think that's just absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go with that. So if I have that on my card base and go like this, I think I will have to cut this down enough to erase my error. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just measure everything and get it cut down to my card base, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do. Obviously, there's going to be some coloring. This is my scoring and cutting station, which I created. So yeah. Oh, actually, if you saw my craft room tour video, you'd have known it's right next to my desk. You guys, so guess what? Was I right or was I right? Boom. Doing an extra layer literally took care of that mistake. So just another tip, when you make a mistake, you can fix it. So the card is going to look like this. I'm going to have a little bit of that pink cardstock, that Blushing Bride showing. Absolutely beautiful. I love that so much. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm thinking hearts. I want hearts, and it might be because I just played with them, but I should get some out. All right, so these sheets are homemade, you guys. I basically just took some cardstock and adhered some vent covers to them, and now these are my magnetic sheets. Look at that. So I did this like 2 years ago when I was getting organized, and then later on I like started purging and stuff. All right, so I just ran this regular heart through, just one of the ones that I used in my last card. And that is also extremely cute, very simple, very cute. And I had an extra piece of this chocolate drippy goo. I know, right? I'll insert the clip from how I did this yesterday. This is my punch drawer. This is an old Martha Stewart punch. This is, well, it was called drippy goo, or it is, because I still have it. Ah, look at that. Perfect. I think this will be good, like here. So I'm wondering if I do this here with the pink and I go ahead and color the background, I'm thinking this might look amazing, you guys. Fingers crossed. This could look righteous. Okay, but now I'm thinking, where am I going to put a sentiment? I'm going to have to figure that out. But right now, it does not matter because I absolutely love this pink heart just dripping with goodness. It looks amazing. So, on to coloring. I think we are going to go with pink and brown because those are my colors. I need to find some pinks. Okay, so I have Copic markers, which are just alcohol markers. Stampin' Up, if you do have Stampin' Up, they also have alcohol markers. Those are the Stampin' Blends. Again, I'm just keeping this simple. What you want to do is you want to take your heart and you want to place it down where it's going to be on your card, because there's no point in coloring any of this area that is beneath the heart because you won't see it. And what does that do? It saves you alcohol marker, ink, It saves you ink and it saves you time, both of which are very important to me because both equal money. So what I'm going to do is figure out where I want this. And the easiest way to do this is to use some kind of measuring device. I'm just going to use the squares here on my Misty. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'd say like right about here would give me my like even point, which is great. Now, what I do notice is that all around my heart, I do have coffee parts, and here I don't have anything. And honestly, I would like a little something just sticking up here. So I am going to, I don't need to actually mark it because I'm going to have the heart, but I'm just going to put like a little, just a dot that says, hey, put something there, please. All right. So I'm going to outline my heart like very, very lightly. And all this does is it prevents me from coloring any of this. And again, it's very light because you don't want to get any pencil marks on your actual heart, which, yeah, you can die cut another one, but it's color cardstock. We don't want to waste money. I'd rather not. So now that I have that done, I know I need to stamp something right here. You have that little bit showing, and that's just enough. Like, that makes me happy. All right, so now on to the chocolate. I definitely like this. And again, I don't mind the vibrancy that I have from the Copics. It kind of just lightens up the Blushing Bride just a little bit. I think that's it. Easy peasy, it just goes away. Not a big commitment. And last minute, I just decided to fill in my shadows here because I don't think this should just be blank. So I was looking at my sentiments in this stamp set, and Enjoy Today would be really nice because, you know, hey, here's this card, enjoy Valentine's Day. So we're kind of making it what we want it to be, right? Let's see if I'm right. Because for some reason I'm kind of like, I don't know about this, but I'm gonna try. Right here, that'll be fine. I'm going to stamp this in Early Espresso. Run this through my Gemini. All right, so I think I will go with this look for the card, but I do notice that my coloring is a bit wonky. I'm not used to only doing one pass, so I'm going to go over my areas again. So the shade will be a little darker, but that's okay. Just because, I don't know if you can see it here, but like here's darker than up here, and honestly, it's bothering me. So just gonna fix that really quickly, and then I'm going to put my card together. Oh my goodness, you guys, I absolutely love this card. It is vibrant. The pink is something I have not played with before, and I am like, I'm just surprised. I'm happily surprised at where my mojo and creativity is pushing me. Enjoy Today, this sentiment, which I didn't plan on using. I just looked at it and I'm like, okay, this card, what do I want it to say? I wanted to say Happy Valentine's Day. Well, enjoy today, especially with the addition of this awesome heart from the Paper Pumpkin kit. And again, this is the Lots of Fun Paper Pumpkin kit from December 2021. just because I was looking for a heart to make this a all Stampin' Up card. I absolutely love this sentiment. When I look at the card, I do see Valentine's Day. I see hot chocolate. I see pink, which is like girly, frilly love. And then I see the pink heart, which is again like super cute. And then the chocolate on the heart, which further brings home the hot chocolate and the cups back here. And then to see this sentiment stamped in early espresso, and then to see this chocolate heart, like bam, 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 so much love. And honestly, this card is like, kind of reminds me of like Barbie. Like this is something Barbie would love to get. I don't know why I just thought of that. And I actually did like Barbies growing up, but anyhow, so I'm really happy with this, and I'm glad that I cranked this out. Now, I was so motivated playing with this that I ended up making 2 more cards. I know, gasp, right? Y'all, I'm just full steam ahead. And who knows, maybe I'll make over 14 cards. Are you guys inspired by Valentine's Day? What if I just do like Valentine's Day and Christmas on my channel? That would be stellar, right? I'm thinking Valentine's Day is definitely another holiday for me to make a ton of cards for, in addition to me, you know, whipping out Christmas cards in between working 2 jobs and having 2 cats and having a husband, future husband. He'll be husband soon, September. All right, so let me bring out another card. Move this to the side. This card here. You guys, is this cute or what? Be honest. You guys, I love this card so much. Like, look at this. It is adorable. So for this card, I have that awesome background that I created. I did some Copic coloring with my alcohol markers. I, again, brought in this paper pumpkin kit to still this little heart. Oh, isn't that so cute? Like, still this little heart, like my fiance stole my heart. I'm so cheesy. Okay, so I used that little heart, and this time I went ahead and I stamped the hearts in black. It's totally cute, right? Like, I am in love with this card. I love this card so much. I also love this card so much. Like, look. So I'm thinking, my brain was like, hey, since the last card you made was white and brown, I think I want color. We're going to work with color. Because these are very like vibrant and vivid, you guys. Okay, anyhow, and you can see there's a few differences, but I love how my layout is pretty much the same, and I'm using the same stamps. How cool is that, right? Okay, so let's go into the details with this card. So I ended up doing repeat stamping all over, and there were no mistakes made. So I was like, okay, I know I want to do red since my last card was pink. So I went ahead and I took some real red out, and then I took out my alcohol markers, which again, I have my Copics, and I did like 2 markers for my coloring of the pot and the mug, and then my hot cocoa, because I'm going to say this is a cocoa card, was also 2 markers for the dark to light. I love that so much. Like, just putting that against the real red, I was like, oh my gosh, my heart, this is so cute. Speaking of heart, I went ahead and took one of these dies, but I took a size smaller than my original card. And then I was like, on my last card, I used the Drippy Goo Punch. I think this time I want to do a different technique, but again, I didn't like dwell on it or anything. It was just like, oh, you know what? I'm going to do some ink blending. So that's what I did. So I took the heart, I did some ink blending, and then because I didn't have like a conflict of interest, aka a conflict in space, I was able to put a sentiment right here smack dab in the middle. And again, I just chose from the same stamp set that the images here were from, and I picked You Brighten My Path because, you know, hot chocolate, sugar, it brightens your path. And Valentine's Day, what does that do? Your heart follows a path. I'm so cheesy. This is probably the cheesiest video ever, you guys. But that's a bit of a stretch because, you know, you brighten my path. Hot chocolate, yeah, kind of. But anyhow. So after I finished my card, I then thought, oh my gosh, like I have that little heart on my original card here. Oh, this would be cute with some hearts. And it would like drive home that this is a Valentine's Day card without saying it's a Valentine's Day card, right? So I took my same stamp set as before and I stole that little heart and I stamped that all over. It's simple and I could add just like one more thing to it, but again, like I said, I am just creating the card and how it is, my first thought of this looks nice, I'm going to leave it alone. And then if I redo it, I'm going to, you know, further live out / work out whatever idea I had extra in my mind. So you guys, like, aren't these just adorable? These are just so adorable. I love these. Well, going off of my high after creating this card, I then decided I could do one more. So I made this card. I know, where do I find the time? Honestly, I went to bed like way too late. I only got 5 hours of sleep, and then I worked a 12-hour shift. So, you know, I got to stop that. But let's talk about this card. Now, this card here literally follows the layout from the red card. Same thing. I did the repeat stamping to create the background here, but this is contraband. I added contraband because I'm like, okay, I've been using so many Stampin' Up! Products. And again, it doesn't matter. Like, I grab whatever I grab from my stash. You guys have seen my craft room tour video. And if you haven't, go check it out. Because I have a section with like my Stampin' Up! Stamps. And then I have some Stampin' Up! Stamps, like my Christmas stamps, integrated with other stamps because I like them in categories. And then I also have other stamps also organized by categories. But most of my Stampin' Up! Stamps are all in one cluster together. Anyhow, the coffee beans, these are not Stampin' Up! So I made pretty much 2 cards where I was thinking about hot chocolate. So I decided, you know what, let me just make an outright coffee card. And let me do it in my favorite color. So I really love Night of Navy. Stampin' Up's Night of Navy is such a beautiful blue. It is just vibrant, royal. It's deep. It's like mysterious. It's like I'm describing like the perfect man. Anyhow, I knew that I could successfully finish coloring this card if I had that motivation of playing with my favorite color and seeing it through. Sometimes that's what you have to do, just create with what you love. So same thing here. I stamped this image. Oops. My cat's hair just loves to be everywhere. So I did repeat stamping and stamped that image all around. I did not leave space for coffee beans. That literally was an afterthought. I just knew I wanted to do this in blue. This piece of cardstock here is Night of Navy. And then I did the same thing. I took out one of these heart dies. It's actually the same size as the red card. And I ran that through my Gemini. Then I stamped You Brighten My Path. And then I thought, what could I add to this card? And then that's when the coffee thought hit me. So I took out my For the Love of Stamps stamp set. You guys, this stamp set is so cute. Look at this. Like, all of these images, like, I love how everything on here is drawn. I love the font. Everything about this set is adorable. Because, you know, I have not been giving love to some of my other stamps, and they're just sitting there like, please play with me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play with these. So I was like, you know what? I just did 2 cards all Stampin' Up! For the love of stamps, I'm going to play with my stamps. All right. So that's what I did. I took this super cute, detailed, these 2 coffee beans here and this singular one. And I just stamped this little one all around. And then here under You Brighten My Path, I just put the 2, 2, 2, 2. And I was like, you know what? That's really cute because it's like a trail of coffee beans, and You Brighten My Path because that's what caffeine does. Like, I can't remember the last time I made 3 cards that were all very similar, but each had like its own theme, kind of. Like, these all carry Valentine's Day, but this one is like for a coffee lover. This one is for like a hot chocolate lover. This one is, I mean, hot chocolate too, but you know, there's just different looks here. So I hope you all are inspired by seeing my makes. I really love sharing them with you. Again, you know, using my little paper pumpkin kit, this thing came in handy. This stamp set here, Campology, I can't believe I created 3 cards with it. I absolutely love this stamp set. I'm really glad I got to use bits from that. And then my heart dies. I finally played with my heart dies this year. Whoops. So I will see you guys real soon Oh man, I have to see how many videos I have left because I just like knocked out 3 cards. Anyhow, I hope you guys are also doing something crafty that makes you happy, and I will talk to you soon. Okay? Bye.